Aloha, shalom. That activation was so much fun today. If you guys missed it, it's on my wall and it's also on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/RebeccaMagic. So I'm here now to talk about tomorrow night's Torah story, and it's called Parshat Balak. And when you see the word Parshat in my title, it just means the Parsha of the week, the portion of the Torah. And then the word that follows is the name of the portion. So this is Parshat Balak. And Balak is the name of the king in this story who has an evil plot, and he teams up with an evil prophet. Yeah, you heard me right, evil prophet. Those two words can go together, to try to curse the people of Israel. So starting off with this, since maybe some of you have never seen these videos before, what is this about? It's about Shabbat. Shabbat is the Sabbath, and it's every Friday night, 18 minutes before sundown. The candles are lit, initiating Shabbat, and it lasts 24 hours until Saturday night, sundown. And it's one day of the week where we prioritize spiritual study, connection with our loved ones, and just honor the oneness that is back of all things. And every week there's a particular story that we read as we move through the Torah throughout the year. And the stories are not aligned with the Gregorian calendar, but with the Hebrew calendar. And so it's based on the lunisolar calendar. And so every time we read the story for Shabbat, it's exactly what we're needing to hear at that time. So Kabbalistically speaking, we extract the message and in a way that it makes it understandable for all beings, and then we can apply it to our lives here and now. So the message that I'm going to share with you right now applies to not just tomorrow night and Shabbat, but the week ahead. Okay, so usually if a portion is named after a person, it's named after a righteous person. But here it's named after Balak, Parshat Balak. And he is not a righteous person. He is a practitioner of black magic, actually. But we're going to find out why he's so important, why the story is so important. Balak was the king of Moab, and he summoned Bilam to curse the people of Israel. So he sends Bilam on a donkey on this mission to go curse the people of Israel. I'm not going to get too much into the details of the story because I want to get straight to the message and the point of what actually matters today. Okay, but basically Bilam goes and he tries to curse the people, and they try once and it doesn't work, and they try again and it doesn't work, and they try again, and you know the power of three tries, 3 times a charm. When he goes to open his mouth to express the curse, out comes a blessing for the people of Israel. Okay, so there's a phrase that's repeated a few times in this portion, and it's translated to this: you cannot instill a curse on that which the Creator has blessed. You cannot instill a curse on that which the Creator has blessed. Okay, so they couldn't curse the people of Israel if they tried. They couldn't curse the children of God if they tried. And so the reason why Bilam is seen as this prophet, and why Balak and Bilam and their evil mission is seen as this really powerful story, is because we're not just taking, like Moses, a righteous person, this prophet that we all know, and saying, wow, he did good. Yeah, he's always doing good. Moses, all the stories about Moses are all these beautiful, positive stories about him following the Creator and doing his will. But Balak and Balaam were doing the opposite. And the mission still succeeded, and more powerfully so. And there's a metaphysical message there, and it's saying, if you listen closely, that this is such a powerful time in history. This is such a powerful story because it wasn't just transforming good from goodness, it was transforming good from evil. Okay, the opposite is always hidden within. So you take this great evil that was Balak and Balaam and their plan to curse the people of Israel, and then transform that. And wow, what that became. It became a huge blessing instead for the children of Israel. When we take the darkness, or we take the vice, and we transform it into the light of virtue, boom, it's so powerful. We're not here in this world to do good when it's easy, or be good only when it's easy. We're here to do good and do the right thing, especially when it's the hardest. We're here to seek out that which is evil and release the light that is absolutely always within it, because there is light within all things, because all creations are of the Creator. So we are here in this world to look to where things appear dark and to say, I know that's only the klipot, the shell. I'm here to release what is within it. I'm here to shatter the shell and release what's within. And so that's why this story is so powerful. They went with this mission to curse the people, and out came a blessing. There's a quote by Karen Berg. She's a teacher with the Kabbalah Center. She passed away actually last year. And she's an amazing teacher, still to this day. And this is the quote that I read this morning. To have certainty is to know that the Creator is involved in everything that's happening in your life. Everything that's happening in your life. Everything. Not just the good, but all of it. Despite your judgments of it. It's all happening because of the Creator. I love that. Okay, another thing I wanted to share is prophecy essentially means getting a directive from the Creator. When you consider this definition, you see that prophecy is not just for a righteous one then. Prophecy happens all the time through all kinds of beings. It's a directive from the Creator. And really all directives are coming from the Creator, because all things come from and go and return to that source. And so when you open up your mind and your heart to receive prophecy from this true definition, directive from the Creator, then you see that not only can Bilam be a prophet, a dark but profound prophet, so can we. Each one of us contains prophecy within, contains the potential to express through us the Creator's prophecy. Divine prophecy. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are in the world. So don't be so quick to judge either. Don't be so quick to judge and say, that person can't be a prophet, this can't be a prophecy. It's all a prophecy, really. It's all a prophecy. It's all God's directive. So I'm going to think of it like that from now on, because I really like that definition, that essentially prophecy means a directive from God. It all is. So it's all prophecy. So I'm not going to deny that prophecy from wherever it's coming from. I'm not going to be so silly as to just judge the source and then close myself up from receiving the truth that's trying to reach me. Another thing I wanted to talk about is you'll often hear in talks about this parsha or in commentaries about this parsha the difference between the prophets, the difference between a prophet like Moses and a prophet like Bilam. And I really love this. I'm going to do my best to express this in a way that makes sense. If you compare the two, it's like this. Bilam did express a prophecy through him, and he did end up blessing the people. But his prophecy was limited to that moment, that experience. He died brutally later. He was not blessed as Moses was, okay? So there are different kinds of prophets. There are different levels to prophecy. And so Bilam did express that prophecy and that truth and that blessing through him, but had he been open like Moses all the time to the directive of God, he would have been a much different kind of a prophet. He would have been expressing prophecy and spitting truth everywhere he went. But he didn't. He only embodied that one prophecy. He was only a prophet in that moment, albeit a powerful one of the most powerful which is why it's a Torah portion. But he didn't have the power to be a prophet in any moment. He didn't have the power to express just any prophecy at any time. But Moses didn't have an agenda. Moses didn't do what Bilam did, go off on this mission to curse the Israelites. Moses was always open to Hashem's guidance, to the guidance of the Creator. Without agenda, without question, without his own intentions. He never claimed to know what God was going to say or do next. In fact, sometimes he was like, I don't know what the heck is going to happen. There are many stories that show in instances where Moses was actually having doubt. In fact, one of them was last week. One of them was about one of those moments was last week when he doubted the people. Do you remember last week's portion? He doubted the people, and he instead of speaking to the stone for the water to come out, he striked it. He striked the stone. And so that was just one example. But many times throughout the Torah, Moses, it is revealed that he specifically does not know what God's next move is going to be. And then we learn so many lessons from those moments. And those are some of the best lessons that we extract from the Torah, of course, because they apply to us and our own human doubt and our own experience in doing our best to connect to the guidance of the Creator. But this is the difference between a prophet like Bilam and a prophet like Moses. When you're like Moses and you have absolute certainty in the Creator, right? Just like Karen Berg's quote, certainty is to know, to have certainty is to know that the Creator is involved in everything that's happening in your life. Moses always knew this. And this is what kept him open to prophecy in any moment, which is why he prophesied again and again and again. But Bilam only did that one prophecy, and it wasn't even really by his own volition. It wasn't by his own openness. It was because he put himself in that position. It was because he actually had an evil plan, but the evil plan backfired, and this funny, ironic, paradoxical situation paved the way for him to be able to be a prophet. So you see what this story is saying, that it doesn't matter who we are. Any of us can be a vessel for prophecy. Even in the darkest of times, in the darkest of ways, in the darkest of places. Because Bilam thought that he was going to carry out that prophecy, but it simply couldn't be done. And the laws of the universe made it so that he had to be a vessel for blessing whether he liked it or not. So he became a prophet whether he liked it or not. And what he did served the good and served the one, whether he liked it or not. So he had his moment of fame, but in a very different way than Moses. Moses has many moments, many experiences of prophecy. Again, because he didn't have an intention, he remained open to the guidance of Hashem, the Creator, in all moments, without question. So what kind of prophecy are you going to express? Are you going to live with absolute certainty that everything that comes into your life is done by the Creator, is the Creator's will? Or are you only going to be certain sometimes about some things when it's easy to be certain? Pay attention to where it's difficult in your life to accept that the Creator has brought this into your experience. What are you resisting in your life? Not only what are you resisting, but what are you not embracing in your life? We have to look fairly and equally amongst all things in our lives and say, the Creator has brought this all upon me. And I trust that each moment the Creator is going to continue to do that for eternity. As it always was, it always will be. Or are you going to be like Bilam and stay with your evil intentions only to inevitably realize that they won't work? That your evil intentions won't work? That your intentions that are anything less than carrying out the divine plan, carrying out God's will, anything that is in conflict with that will not be carried out. Remember, you cannot instill a curse on that which the Creator has blessed. So remember that even the darkness, even the evil that you express or that anyone expresses, even all that will be transformed and transmuted into light that's going to serve the Creator and serve the all. So how can we just cut it out right here, right now, all the BS, all the things that we're doing that are not serving the Creator? How can we just drop all that futile thinking and behavior and just be on board with the divine plan? What is that? Heaven on earth. It's bringing heaven to earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And all you need to do to bring this light to this planet is to express it through yourself, through your senses, through your own being, through your heart and through your mind, and into crystallization, into manifestation, into expression. It's not some faraway concept. It's right here within you. It's within you. All you have to do is be who you are. The light of the star within is what shines and brings forth heaven to earth. The light of goodness. So it's all about the virtues, you guys. You know this. If you watch my videos, if you watch the activations, if you read my books, if you follow along, you'll see the thing that I'm consistently sharing always is the virtues, knowledge of the virtues. We are here to embody those virtues. The Creator can be seen as the all-virtuous light, like a ring, right? It's like the light of compassion. And when that white light or that all-virtuous light breaks up through the prism and becomes the world of many, this reality that we see around us, it's that ring of light busting, breaking, like the story, the Sufi story of the vessel breaking, right? It's like that. And that all-virtuous light becomes the different virtues. And when we embody each of the virtues, honesty, patience, kindness, all of these things, when we embody them, little by little, their light is cultivated within us, and they form a synergy that reflects the wholeness of the all-virtuous light. So the virtues are the pieces of compassion, and together they form that frequency within you, and it shines forth into our world, bringing heaven to earth, literally manifesting heaven on earth. And so all the stories of the Torah are written to help you remember, to help you, whoever you are. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what culture you come from. I don't care what your age is. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman. I don't care. The Torah is a technology for everyone and anyone who wants to dive in, who wants to see and receive the codes. And the Creator supports that, because the Creator supports life, and the Torah is life, and the Torah supports life. And you are life, you are love, you are truth. So if you want these codes, just say it. Declare it in your heart and in your mind, and know that the Creator will rush to bring you these codes, because it's for us that you're doing that work. So thank you. So remember, the Torah has all the messages that we need to keep us on track each moment, each day, each week, each month, each year. It gives us the exact messages that we need to hear so that we can stay aligned with the time that we're in and behave in the most efficient and proficient ways to move through whatever it is we're experiencing, individually and collectively. Okay, it gives you could figure it out on your own. You could try to, that's perfected. It can't be any more perfected. It's timeless. It needs not one more line or one less line to make it more perfect. It's perfect as it is. This is why multiple rabbis oversee the writing of a kosher Torah, because if there's one line less or one line too many, it's not connecting. There, yay! Okay, so lost my connection there for a moment, but I'm just going to finish it up here, you guys. The Torah has every code that you need. You can try to figure it out on your own, but the thing is this, it's already written. There's so much guidance right there, and it's timeless truth. And it gives you the perfect access points into the flow so that you can move through this life experience with grace and with ease and with the support of nature and the universe and the Creator in a way that feels good and in a way that is with the least amount of crisis. So if you enjoyed this talk and you want to hear the Parshas every week and you want to know more about the Torah and how you can access its wisdom, please join our private group Shabbat Crew on Facebook, SHABBAT Crew, CREW, and I will be posting there every week. I'm actually going to share this there now, and then I'm going to share my favorite articles and resources for Parshat Balak or Shabbat Balak. I look forward to seeing y'all in the group tomorrow, because I will be going live for the candle lighting blessing. I've been doing that the last few weeks, and it's been a really special experience to have you all there with me, and usually my son's there too. And it's Judah, my son, it's Judah's 9th birthday tomorrow, so it's a very special Shabbat. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll see you all there. Shabbat Shalom tomorrow. Peace.